Hello everybody, welcome to Deluxe Collectibles, and today I'm going to be discussing a really interesting piece of information regarding LEGO Ninjago set design, and this is coming from the Tips and Bricks interview over on Instagram, where of course it was through the LEGO Ambassador Network, and they interviewed the designer Neek, who of course I'll put the name up of as well, and I've done a ton of videos covering this interview, and this may possibly be one of the last ones, because I've kind of gone through all of the information, but there were so many interesting sort of fun facts from this interview that I really wanted to kind of elaborate on and give my own opinions on. And there's one final one that I kind of want to talk about. It's kind of a more quick one, but I still felt that it was worth covering if you're interested in this. But basically, the question that was asked is, can you talk about how long the design process for sets takes and how far in advance you design sets? And the answer that was given for this was, our design process changes a lot as time goes on, especially creating the concept design, so the time has changed over the years. Currently though, it takes around a year and a half to 2 years from saying we want to do set X to it coming out on shelves. So I found this really interesting just because I really like looking at the behind the scenes perspective of really everything to do with LEGO, whether it's to do with the LEGO Ninjago show or just set design in general. I really do find it quite interesting, and I think that's kind of cool how we sort of know a somewhat like estimated timeline of how long it should take them to kind of go from the concept of the set to fully developing it. And I think that's really cool to kind of know about, because then you can kind of think about that right now they're developing sets for like Ninjago a little bit further off in the future at this point, and that things that we're going to see next year are probably already just about done being developed. So I just find that really interesting and intriguing, of course, because that can also give you sort of a timeline on when we could wind up receiving news about some of these things as well. Of course, we don't know specifically what date, of course, they start design processes on certain sets, but still, I think it's quite interesting and can kind of be tied into as well a separate video I did where basically it talked about, do the sets influence the show, or does the show influence the sets? And what we concluded from that video, without elaborating too much on it, is basically that the sets are the thing influencing the show. So that's really intriguing that, of course, they have to do the sets and then influence the show, and then the show can kind of write its story surrounding some of these elements and find ways to work them in creatively with the story that they want to be able to tell in the season. So I find that really interesting and intriguing, specifically with Ninjago most of all. I'm sure that the set development time would probably vary between all different themes, because of course if you look at something like Lego Marvel, of course they're going to have to get permission from Disney for certain things, maybe look off of only specific concept art as well, so that they're not spoiling anything too important with the upcoming films. But with Ninjago, I feel like it's a very special case where of course that's Lego's property, so they can do as they would like to with that. So I think it definitely probably allows for a lot more freedom in that sort of stage of development, and I just found it to be a really interesting fact, but I'm going to keep this pretty short here. Let me know what your thoughts are on that. Was that like sort of the time frame that you were thinking? That's what I was kind of estimating, somewhere between that time of a year and a half to about 2 years of development for a set. But let me know all of your thoughts down below. I hope you did enjoy the video, and if you did, be sure to leave a like down below. Also subscribe as well if you would like to check out some of my other content. That would be highly appreciated. So thanks so much. I will see you all next time, and always remember, keep on collecting.